testing. There we go. Let's see, what do I need? I need a max. There we go, voltage max. Five volts. Let's see what's going on there. They're all a little bit high, but all that's good. Okay, so all the switches are good. Looks like that knob's a bit dirty. See what it goes up to though. we got 10 volts. $20 volts. 20 volts max. And don't zero out. It goes down to very dirty. Like it goes down to 1.5 volts. Alright, and then V negative. V negative starts off at 1.2 volts. A little bit dirty too. And there's 10 volts. It reaches 18 volts. It's pretty dirty also. Yeah, 1.25 volts on the negative. Now we got an AC voltage. And it's not affected by any knobs. No knobs affects the AT. Looks like 60 hertz. So it is. Let me check peak to peak. .38 volts peak to peak. It's showing 0 volts here, but I'm getting an AC voltage nonetheless. 12 volts AC to be precise. So here we got 19 volts, here we got 12 volts. 60 hertz again. And here we got 7 volts peak to peak. I better write this down. So on the AC lines, and we'll call this ACA 0 and B. So on A we have 18 volts AC. At 60 hertz. At 0 we have 11 volts AC at 60 hertz. And at B we have 3.5 volts. At 60 hertz also. That's very interesting. Now let's check out what A, B, C, and D is. A, don't appear to be anything. Now wait a minute, let me look at AC real quick. Let me see if any of this changes with the knobs. Nope, knobs don't change anything there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay. A is nothing. B is nothing. D is nothing. D is nothing. E is nothing. F is nothing. G is nothing. X is nothing. Ooh. X. Looked like X was something. And Y. Y is something. 10 volts. The 10 volt signal. Did it change? No. This is straight 10 volt signal. Well, 11.2. Okay, so Y is a 10.2. .2 DC. Negative signal. And what is X? Keeps trying to be something.
What is this sorcery tool with the knobs and switches and breadboard?
Hey, how's it going? It is an analog digital trainer. It is a breadboard with a sine wave generator and a variable power supply and a standard power supply built in. And it also has what appears to be, I'm actually analyzing it to find out exactly what all it has in it, but it appears to be have a 5 volt switch array, so you can have, I guess it would be a bit bank. So I guess you could have, you know, like port 1 on and off, port 2 on and off, port 3 on and off. So this is 5 volt, 5 volt, 5 volt, and you can, like, you know, as an example, you could have, you know, rail 1 on and then all zeros, and then rail, you know, 1 off and 2 on, and then 2 and 1 on, and that would be number 3. And then that would be off, and that would be number 4, and then this would be number 5. You know what hexadecimal is, I guess it would be. And then this would be off, and that would be number 6.
Cool. V5 level 8-bit logic.
Yes, that's exactly what that's what I was trying to think of. I couldn't think of it at the time, so I guess that's what this would be. And then these are just momentary switches. So if they're up, you have a on and an off rail. So here, I'll show you on the oscilloscope. I got an oscilloscope here. Ain't no sense in trying to explain it. I got an oscilloscope sitting right here. Okay, so on this side, I'm trying to make sure I got it in range. Okay, so right now we got a high level. Okay, and if I flip the switch down, it goes low. See, so that's a momentary switch. Anytime it's down, the left side goes low, but it's the exact opposite on the other side. Now this side's low, but anytime I pull the switch down, it goes high. So it's a flip-flop switch. If it goes down on this side, it goes high, and if it goes down on this side, it goes low. So these two switches are built like that. And then these ones, if it's down, it's off. And if it's up, it's on. Yeah.
The switches are for manual clocking.
Exactly. You got it. And then I got, let's see, this one here, it's just straight 12 volt positive, 12 volt negative. This is just straight 5 volts. This is a generator. Let me get it captured here. There we go. Alright, so there's a generator, and you can adjust the frequency of it. It's clipping on the bottom, so obviously it needs some work. And you got a coarse and a fine, and then you can select, you see that's a sine wave, you can select a sawtooth wave. Let me adjust this a little bit. There we go. There's a sawtooth wave, and then you got a square wave. And then you got your coarse and your fine. Then you got it in
very cool tool.
Hundreds, so you can, you know, make it in step it in hundreds. But it needs a little bit of work. Right there's a sine wave generator, and it looks like a transistor's weak or out because the top half looks nice and clean, as you can see, but the bottom half is a little bit clipped out. So the top half, the pull side is working fine, but the push side is failing. So that's either a diode or a transistor, more likely, is failing. It's just clipped out, so that'll need a little bit of work. I'll have to take it apart for that. But what I have is if you look over here to the right here, it has a whole set of pins, and it says extender on it. And I'm wondering if I can use that to make like my own little breakout board. So I was going through all these and finding out what everything does. And now that I got an idea, I still don't know. This right here is interesting. It's just got a frequency on there now. . take a look at that. That's 60 hertz. That's 11 volt, 60 hertz wave. That wasn't there earlier. Now I got it on both of them, the X and the Y. Any of these other ones changed? No. Okay, so now I got 60 hertz on X and Y. I wonder. Yeah, they're in phase. Interesting. So they're not identical, but they're definitely in phase. Okay. Well, anyway, I was trying to see if I can build a breakout board and pull some of the abilities that this has on it outside of the unit, so I could have like a cable. So I can have a cable and I can have the unit sitting on one side and then have my breakout cables over here on the other side of it. So I was fixing to start probing these pins over here and see if I got anything going on over here. Matter of fact, right there, it looks like that's the Y cable. What we was just looking at. There's the X. That's nothing. Nothing. I'm looking for is 12 volt and then positive and then negative lines. Okay, it don't look like it. Looks like that's just the AM and FM. So in order to pull off of the 2 voltage
positive and negative, but no
adjustables.
neutral.
Yeah, no neutral. It has neutral. I believe it's pulling off of just the general ground. Right here, I think that's what it's going to be calling its ground. So you got, let's see, voltage plus or negative, voltage plus, and then that's what's calling its actual ground. Would be this a generic ground for everything, and that's your generator, your 5 volt, 12 volt positive, 12 volt negative. And see now that Y, the same one we was just probing, and it had a sine wave on it. Now it's back to a straight DC. And see how that one, it was a DC, and then when I probed it, it went high. See, these two pins are just a mystery. It's the Y and the X. Sometimes the X is a DC, sometimes it's AC, and sometimes it's just, I don't know. I have a feeling that has a problem with it somewhere in the circuitry.
Hello. Mr. Hacker.
Hello there.
XD.
How's it going? How's it going, Mantiku?
Mystery box.
I know, right, Lib? Very interesting. These two right here, I got an X and a Y, and they are just, I don't know, they're a puzzlement. See if any of these pins changed.
LEB.
Okay, see, now that one changed with this one? No.
Hey fan. Good you.
Let me see. Anything changed? No. Okay, so that is 5.6 volts.
Are you trying to hack NASA?
No, not yet. Okay, so now both of these are 5.6 volts.
What are we measuring?
Well, I have this analog to digital trainer, and I'm wanting to use this extender unit, but I don't know what this extender plug does. And what I'm actually would like to do is to pull these voltage negative, voltage positive, and a ground, because I got a variable positive and negative supply here. See, I got right here, I got
So right now are you hacking FBI XD?
no, not yet. I got variable positive and I got a variable negative voltage supply. And so what I would like to do is to pull both of these and a sine wave generator also. Variable sine wave generator. And so what I would like to do is to pull those abilities off of this board, off of this unit, through the extender plate, through this extender plug. But I don't know if that extender plug is even connected to any of that. It might be connected to something totally different.
You are one of my fave streamers.
I was trying to find out.
Saw wave?
The saw wave? It's right here. Let me bring it up. There it is. And we got course adjustment. Make it nice and long. Make it fine. It makes nice pretty saw wave. The sine wave needs a little bit of help. He clips a little bit, see? Sine wave, it looks like some transistors are weak or something on it. Now the square wave don't look bad.
Distortion.
Yeah, the sine wave don't look too bad. Square wave don't look too bad. It doesn't even have too much overshoot right there if you look at the top of it. It doesn't have much overshoot or undershoot, so square wave looks fine, but the sine wave is a little bit off.
Why you don't read my mess?
Let me see. Let's see. What am I missing? Let's see. What did I miss? Let's see here. Positive and negative, but no neutral. Leb. What are we measuring? Sour pies. Where's my saw wave? Cool distortion. I think I caught everything on there. So I'm trying to find out if we have any variable voltage over here. See, that one dropped again.
I wanted to say you are one of my fave streamer.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Mantiku. I appreciate that. Okay, so is that the negative? No.
Do you have a donation button?
I do. It's on the Twitch. I haven't set it up on YouTube. It's on Twitch and on Smashcast. Both of them have a donation button on them. Oh, there's my saw wave. See if it changes. It does. Okay, so on the extender, where'd it go? We do have a saw wave on the extender pin. Okay, so I'm gonna call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pin 6 is the saw wave. Okay, so pin 6 is the signal generator. Pin 6 signal generator. All right, pin 6 is a sine wave generator. What else can we find? Okay, that's 12.6 volts. What do we got here? 12.6 volts. I bet you that's our positive rail. And that's our negative rail. 11.4. 11.4. Okay, so pin 1, 2, 3, 4. Pin 4 is our positive 12 volt rail. Dropped my pin. Pin 4 is our 12 volt positive, and pin 2 is our negative 12. All right, so we got 3 of the things we need. Okay, that's 5.8 volts. It's still. Okay, so one of them has got to be ground. I don't know which one though, because I can't check for a ground. I don't have a voltage adjustable voltage out. Let me check one more time for adjustable voltage out. We'll pull both of these high. Okay, that's going to be 5.8 volts.
TBH, I don't know what are you doing, but still.
5. Pin 3 and 5. I already have a negative 12. Okay, so how can I locate a ground pin without shorting the pins out? I got it. I know how we could do this. I got an idea. We can use a jumper.
Look at my new mess.
Your new mess? What new mess, Mentiku? We need a jumper and maybe a alligator clip. Pull this up a little bit. All right.
This one, TBH, I don't know what are you doing, but still fun.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. Now let's find a 10K resistor or somewhere around there. Oh, that's too low. 5 ohms.
You Mr. Hacker slowly face. Smiley face asterisk.
1K. There's my 10K. Alright, so we got our 10K resistor. So we got a ground. Let's see. We're going to use a resistor here. And we'll put it in right here. And what we'll do is we'll use a positive 5 volts and we'll pull that 10K resistor high. Then if I'm right, we'll pull the probe high.
I still think you are hacking NASA now XD.
No, not right now. Now, right now, the probe is pulled high. So if I find a ground pin, it should pull the probe low. See, that pin's not ground, or it'd be pulled low right now. Well, just to test this, if I find a ground, let's see right here. Yeah, see, I hit ground and that pin gets pulled low. So if I find a ground pin, then it should automatically just get pulled low. Oh, there it is. Now to see if that's actual ground, let me pull this one down and see where it stops at. 6 millivolts, and over here it gets pulled down to 600 millivolts. Okay, so pin 16 is ground. So now I have my ground pin. So pin 16 will be ground. Okay, so I have a sine wave generator, a positive 12 volts, a negative 12 volts, a positive 5 volts, and a ground. That's what I have to come out. So I have 5 wires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's turn this off. So you still think I'm hacking NASA, huh? Oh, it is time to have a drink.
PLS don't hack me, I'm a good boy.
I won't.
XD.
Don't worry. No hacking going on here. It's against our terms of service here at Twitch. Wink, wink. There we go. We get a little bit closer to our subject at hand. Alright, so let's see. How many pins do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them.
What phone do you have?
I have a Cat 50.
Is that phone anti-rockets? Is looking like a tank phone XD.
It is. It is. This thing's been drove over here. I'll show you it. Look at the side of it right here. Can you see that? That's a button, and it ain't supposed to, it ain't supposed to look like that. Can you see this thing? It's been drove over by a car 2 times. It's been out in the rain I don't know how many times. It's been, well, dropped and sat on and you name it. I don't know how many times it's been done of each one. Let's see, how many do I need? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I keep forgetting how many pins I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need to cut it right here.
OMG, that phone is a nuclear bomb XD.
Oh, it is. It's time to get replaced, but honestly, it isn't time to get replaced because it don't work. It's time to get replaced because the operating system's getting so out of date. I can't really put much software on it anymore because of the operating system, and the operating system can't upgrade no more.
Probably
because
if someone enter in your house, you can throw a phone on his head and know him of.
Oh yeah, knock him out easy. The operating system just won't upgrade no more, so it's about time to have to get a new one. I hate it though because that phone's just become a good friend of mine. There it is. See if it fits. Oh.
I mean, next Friday is Black Friday, so yes.
Like a glove.
For me it was last Friday.
I do another one. So did you get you a new phone? I'm assuming.
Yes.
That's awesome. It isn't an iPhone, is it?
I got the Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
That's great. I like Samsungs.
I had a Note 8 but I upgrade to 9.
Well, I lost a pin. I just won't break it there. I'll go one more one.
OMG, I can see you face a little bit XD.
Almost, huh? Had to go over one more.
I saw you nose.
I hear that. The nose knows. Did it break on the right one? I think it did. There.
What is the clock for you right now?
It is 2:38. Gonna have to recut this one, I think. Yeah, this one had to get recut. You pull this aside. Let me clean this up a bit.
For me is 10:38 p.m.
Oh wow, you're up late then, aren't you?
I like stay till 2 or 3 next day. XD.
There we are. Let's clean these up.
Because this week I had no high school.
That's awesome.
Usually when I have school I stay till 1 in the morning.
Alright, get all these pins out of the way.
Hello,
Yeah.
Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes, blah blah blah. How are you doing?
Of course it's you I'm looking for.
What are
I'm
you
doing
trying
pretty
to do?
good. I'm making a header. Here, let me move this back. You can see what I actually did. I'm making a header for that little plug. Whoop, right there. I'm making two little headers, and they're going to plug right here into this socket that I was testing out the pins for. And then I got a different circuit
What
board.
is a
but
header?
a header is basically it's a plug that fits into these pins right there. I don't know if you can see them pins clear or not. Let me see if I can adjust the camera a little bit here. There, you see them pins? A header is almost like a little socket, and it'll fit right over top of them pins, like a little plug. Yeah, it kind of fits right over them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to
And
take
what the final project need to be?
a circuit board that'll fit onto the other side,
Yes, I see the pins.
and it's going to fit onto that header. Let me fit this on here, kind of like that. And then I'm going to run wires to it, so when I need to run power off to something else, I don't have to use the entire board, this whole box. I can just run off of that little plug. I can just run wires from that little plug off to whatever I need to power. And so that way I don't have to bring the whole box into my work area every time that I just want to power something. I can just power it off of that header.
How many day will take you to make this?
Hopefully I'll have it done today. That's the plan. Let me scoot this back now. Zoom back out. So the plan is to be working on it here in just a minute. Of course, nothing ever goes as planned, especially not when you're streaming, but we're going to try to.
Tomorrow you will make team a stream.
Tomorrow I'm going to make a what? A Timo stream? Yeah, I'll probably stream some. Well, let's see, tomorrow, not tomorrow, probably Friday. I'll probably play some League of Legends Friday. Alright, so you see my brand new circuit board? Brand new out of the box.
I love Tima.
Me too. Let's see, I got 16. I don't need 15, so I could just put these two right here.
What phone do you want to buy?
I don't know. I kind of like the what is that? It's a Google phone. What is it? The Google can't think of it right now.
TBH, I don't like phones.
You don't? Let me move this over here.
Google Pixel 2 phone?
Yeah. I think it's a Google Pixel. I think it might be a little bit different one, but I think it's the larger Google Pixel phone.
I don't like iPhones.
Yeah, I definitely don't like iPhones. All right, so we got that. Let me show what I'm doing over here.
What I wanted to say. Android better the iOS.
True. Okay, so I got that there. Now let me think what all I need to do. I got positive and negative 12 volts. Pin 3. 1, 2, 3. Pin 3 is 5 volts.
After Age of Legends, what's your favorite game?
I like playing Factorio. It's really awesome. I love playing Factorio. I can get lost in that game. But for like action-packed games, I really like Squad. Squad's a really nice game.
BTW, I can't see. What are you doing now?
Yeah, I'm just looking at I'm looking at my drawings here. I'm trying to figure out what pins I'm looking at. I like Factorio. I like Squad. I'm trying to think what else. I just play a lot of games. The No Oxygen game. What's that called? I like RimWorld. Play quite a bit. In Twitch and Smashcast, both, you can see a list of a lot of the games I play. Let me see here. 16 is ground. That's this pin right here.
You like Fortnite?
No, I never play Fortnite. I never got into it. 16 is ground. Pin 2, 12 volt negative. Pin 4, 12 volt positive. Pin 3 and 5.
I love
3
Fortnite.
and 5 is 5 volt. Okay, well, let me just solder that up and then I'll go from there.
And to be honest, I spent €2,250 on the game.
Oh, wow. I don't know what that translates in US dollars. Do you? Let me move some of this stuff around so you guys get better image. All right. Sponge is wet.
€2,259 in my money means 10K.
Golly. Gifted to me. Everybody gives me stuff for getting them up in a few levels.
€1 is 4 of my money. I mean €10 means 50 of my money accuracy.
Okay. Oxygen not included. That's the name of that game. I like Oxygen not included. I also like Dirty
There is
Bomb.
a game competition called Ludum Dare coming up. A streamer I follow is looking to enter it.
Oh, that's awesome. There. Kick my iron off.
Irico Mandu to buy the Samsung Galaxy A7 is €257.
Now,
Look at my recommendation. When you said oxygen not included, I thought of the movie Batteries Not Included.
I like that one. That used to be my favorite movie for the longest time. Them little, I guess you call them drones now, but at the time they were little robots. Little alien ran around and kept repairing things all the time. Them guys kept trying to run them out of that building.
I go
Tiku. Oops, I'm off screen. Let me zoom this out.
Agreed, that was a good movie. Wonder if it holds up.
What do you mean by holds up? Looks like I cut them all.
You watch a movie and enjoy it, but then you watch it when older and you think, why did I like this?
Oh yeah, it still holds up. It's still good. I saw it probably less than a year ago. At least for me it does. I guess that's, you know, depends on the person, I guess, but it held up for me anyway. But then again, I kind of like older movies too. I like I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or not, but it was called The Abyss back in the day, and I like that too, so
True.
I kind of like the older movies. Okay, so we have this. This plugs into that. Now, let me think a second here. All right, so we have 5 wires we need to hook up. A lot of people didn't like the new King Kong movie. Well, I say it's new. I guess it's a couple years old now, but it was new when it came out, you know. And I liked it. It was pretty nice, I thought. Alright, so if I have a device there and I'm running it, let's say over here, so I want it to run, say, that far.
I do not remember the last movie I watched.
I watch, well, me and my wife are actually kind of avid movie watchers, but we don't watch movies so much in shows or movie theaters anymore because, to be honest, it's just hadn't been that many good movies to watch in a theater, you know. Usually we just wait for them to come out on TV and rent them, you know, like on Netflix or something like that. And I mean, we got real nice big screen TV and stuff, so I mean, you know, there ain't no sense in going to the theater, you know, waste gas and stuff. But occasionally, a couple times a year, we'll see a movie that we both want to see in a theater, and we'll go ahead and watch it. And so, you know, when that happens, we go out and we enjoy a nice movie.
Stream down.
It's showing good on my end. Let me see. Yeah, it's showing good on this end. No drop frames or anything. Not saying there isn't a problem, but it's showing positive over here.
It is back.
Okay, it's showing good on this end. I'm not gonna say that there isn't something wrong, but nothing's showing bad. You know how that goes. This isn't showing any drop frames or anything, so. Let me spin these wires real quick. Let me kick my iron on while we're getting it ready. Teeny tiny wires.
Flux those wires.
Oh, I am. You knew what I was doing, didn't you? You knew exactly what I was up to, huh?
Have done that one too many times.
Oh, got a glove on there this time.
I was in the Marines. We had to solder and splice some wires to mill and NASA spec.
Yeah, buddy. Well, this ain't gonna be nowhere near that spec, but I know what you mean. We ain't building rockets here.
The _SWK. Hi Category 15.
I think they came out okay. No, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but I straightened them up a little bit and I think they'll work just fine. Now, figure out the colors I want. I think the darker color brown should be ground.
Kacho re silly chat to voice bot.
Alright, so if we're going to use brown to ground, then it's going to 16. And I'm going to space them out by 3. So 1, 2, 3. Let me make sure I got room for 3 on each side. I think I do. So if I go to 3, then it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and it's going to go here. Let me see, should I go on the bottom side? Could go here. That would look better. Then I could have these wires come off the bottom like that. What do you think? Should I go to the bottom side and have the wires come off the board off of the bottom? Or should I have everything just kind of how you doing off the top? So I can run the wires on the bottom and it kind of look like this. I mean, I'm going to cut the board, but either way, you know, it could be coming off the bottom of the board like that. Or I could have them just running on the top of the board and they'd be on top of the board like that. I know the camera's fuzzy. Let me adjust that real quick. There. So it could be on top of the board like this or on the bottom of the board like this. What do you think, chat? Bottom or top?
Not sure what to tell you.
It's really kind of just aesthetics, so whichever one looks better, I guess.
This is really dealer's choice, might look better in pics later with wires on the bottom.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, so that'll be a 16. And then we need the next farthest pin will be a pin 6, and that is sine wave generator. We'll use green for that. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any more on this side? We got a number 2, which will be 12 volts. 12 volts negative. So that'll be a yellow. One, two. Alright, and that's all on this side. Then we have no, we don't. We got a pin 4, which is 12 volt positive. That'll be a red. Alright, got to get the tweezers out now. Untangle this orange. Come on, orange, get out of there. Alright, and then orange is going to be on the number 3. That'll be 1, 2, 3. So he's gonna go right here. Now, everything's set. Everything's the third hole out? Nope, number 3 isn't. I need to move number 3. Now everybody's third hole out. Recalibrate the camera.
What are you making?
I'm making a breakout board for my little lab. I have a analog digital lab. You'll see here in a second. Let me get this soldered and I'll show you. If I don't get this now, then wires might all just swarm on me and then I have to start all over again. They're kind of sitting here precariously. Nope. There we go. No. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be all of them. Turn my iron off. Alright, so I have... Let that cool for a second. Over here... I have this little lab. And a little bit earlier we went through and scoped this little lab out. And over here it has a little, it's called an extender plug. And we went through that extender plug, and in that extender plug it has a 12 volt positive, a 12 volt negative, and a 5 volt positive, and a ground, and a generator, all outputs. So it has all of this over here, all of this functionality, all running out of that plug. So what I'm doing is I'm making a breakout board so I can run all of this over here, but I don't have to hook nothing up to all these outputs. I could just plug into that little plug, and then I could leave this unit sitting over here on the left hand side of my table, and I can still use all the functionality of this, like 12 volt or the 5 volt rail or whatever I need. But I can just use the wiring of it over off to, you know, my project or whatever I have over here in front of the camera. But I don't have to have the whole project sitting on this kit, or you know, in the way, or you know, I don't have to have it all set up right here. If I just want to use an Arduino and I need 5 volts, I can just pull 5 volts off of it, and I don't have to, you know, have wires running all over the place. So that's the actual process of it. Nothing on this is really bad. The only thing really wrong with it is on the sine wave. Here, I'll put it on. When I pull a sine wave off of this for the actual sine wave. Hold on a second. Let me put the oscilloscope on. There we go. Let me ground this out. So we have a stable sine wave. Okay, if you look, the sine wave actually has a little bit of clipping on it. So it looks like a transistor or a diode is out because it's clipping. But the other ones work fine. See, there's a sawtooth and there's a square wave. And it's a variable, so you can adjust, you know, you can adjust to whatever frequency you want. And everything else looks fine with it. It's just the sine wave generator is a little bit clipped on the top, or sometimes it's clipped on the bottom. But it's mainly on the top, so I'll have to take this apart. That'll be one stream. I'll have to take it apart and find out what transistor or resistor's messed up on it, see if I have one to replace it or if I have to order one. But I mean, it's a good little unit. There's nothing wrong with it. But I just wanted a breakout board so I don't have to use banana plugs all the time with this, or you know, have to literally have it out in the middle of the camera just to run an Arduino or something off of it. And so that's what the breakout board's going to be for. That little board I made, it'll just plug into this extender, and then I can run from that extender. I can go ahead and run, you know, whatever I want off of it from there. So that's what this is for. Let me scoot this back.
Cool stuff. Found it on Amazon too, LOL.
Found it on Amazon. You found the kit on Amazon, this unit? You found what on Amazon?
Yes.
Yeah, it ain't bad priced either. I mean, it's a nice little unit. I recommend it. I mean, it's good for digital. All these, see if it's still in the shot. Yeah, all these pins are for, you have 0 through 7, and it's for digital inputs. So you have, you know, digitally, if you look at bits, you got 1, and then you got 2 digital write, and then you got 3, both of them on. And then you turn them off and you got digital 4, and then you got digital 5, then you got digital 6, then you got digital 7, then you got digital 8, then 9, then 10, then 11, then 12, then 13, you know what I mean? So you can, you know, you can program with it.
For anyone wanting the Amazon link.
Yeah, you can program with it all through these, you know, all through these switches here, you know. So you have your digital, I can't think of what it is. What, 8-bit, 16-bit register? You know what I'm talking about. I'm drawing a blank, but you know what I mean. You got your digital keys all right here, 0 through 7, and then of course you have, you know, to show it. Well, I could just even draw it up here. As a matter of fact, perfect example of how an 8-bit register works. You guys probably all know this already, because I know
Binary.
Yeah, binary. I know what's his name's a programmer, but I don't even know if that's grounded out. Let's see if it's grounded out or not. Yeah, that's working.
Dreams among the stars while I'm standing on the pavement, spinning around, lost and found, just trying to make a statement, lift the weight off my shoulders, set me free, with the birds in the sky.
I just got what 5 of them hooked up. If I get a close up here of the switches and the lights, but here you go. 1, that light's lit up. Might be a little bit too bright to see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, skipped one. I'm looking at the camera. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got one more, yep. 14, 15, 16. Did I get that right? I lost myself now. I don't know if that's 16 or not, but you get the idea.
Yeah, you skipped a few.
Yeah, I think I did. But you get the idea. But yeah, it's an excellent, and you can actually program with it. So, I mean, there's some chips you can set your registers. Yeah, well, I am looking backwards. I'm looking at the camera, so I wasn't even looking at the switches. When I turned and looked at the switches, I got really stumped. I turned and looked at the switches, I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Hey, thanks for the follow. Demon General Lucifer. Well, thank you for the follow there. I'll call you General. General for short. But yeah, that's that project. Let's look at how this turned out over here. Here's our solder work. No bridging. Oops, you guys can't see it. There we go. No bridging. We could do some clipping and cleanup. Alright. Let's see if that fits in here or not. It does. It fits nice and tight. So let's see if I have a zip tie. I got a handful of them here. See if I got a tiny one. That looks to be the smallest one I got within arm's reach. All right. Now, in case you was wondering, the reason why I spaced these out by 3, 1, 2, 3, is for future proofing. If it looks like I'm gonna need to put some safety diodes in here, 3 spots ought to be good enough that I could break the trace and I could put a diode in between these in case I need to put like a backwards resist diode. That way, if I wire something up backwards later on in the future, it looks like I'm gonna damage my power supply, then I can put diodes in there just as a precaution, or even like a 1/8 watt resistor, or a 16th watt resistor, or something right there that'll burn up, just as precautionary in the future. So that's why I went ahead and skipped 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on each one of these legs. That way, if I need to insert something in there for safety reasons, I can. And so that's why I went ahead and skipped. I made the board a little bit bigger than what it needs to be. I thought, well, better safe than sorry. Okay, just a minute, guys. I got a telephone call, and I'll be right back after just a moment. And we made it back. Playing voice tag with people. Alright. Let's get back to work on our little board here. Make sure my mic's working. It looks like it is. There we go. Nope, not quite. There it is. Pretty smooth, but we'll get rid of some of the burrs anyway. Alright, so let's fit that in there. There's how it fits. Now we can use our zip tie.
Now what are you going to 3D print for it?
I don't know yet. I don't know that I'll 3D print much. I hadn't gotten that far really. I need to 3D print something. I might think of that here in the future. Yeah, that is a good idea. I could 3D print something for it. Has 3 holes after all. That's a very good idea. I like that idea. Good thinking. Right now, though, that's not real good stress for a strain release. But it'll do. Solders will hold. And we'll clip this big old piece off. So,
I figured you would always be thinking of thing to print.
oh, I normally do. Let's see, what is it? Song request. I always do, but I just hadn't gotten that far with this, honestly. I was too shocked that I was actually able to find the pins that I wanted. That fits. So now I got 5 wires on this end. And I need to make another board. I think I'm going to leave that alone for right now. I'm going to have to think about what exactly I want the other end of the board to look like. I'll have to put that on hold. Because I can put it to where it'll plug into a breadboard. Like this. Or it'll plug into one of these. But I don't really want that. I can make it to where it's just a pin out. which is probably what I want to do, but I don't really know exactly where I want to go with that. See, a pin out would be, it just has pins like on the end of here, and you could just plug it into your Arduino, you know, if you want positive or negative, or, you know, that's probably going to be what I need. But I'm really not sure exactly what I want on the other end yet, because I hadn't really gotten that far. I didn't think I was going to be able to get as far as I did today. So I've got to put that on hold for now. Think about it a little bit and come up with some ideas. Let me put my headers away. Clear the decks for the next project. Kind of shocked I made it this far.
Do both and put jumper on the board.
Do both and put jumpers on the board. Yeah, I could do that. Put a board and then just jump it off of the board. Well, you know what? That is an idea. What I can do is something similar to what you're thinking. I can actually make a board that looks very similar to this. Like that, right in a row. Hold on a second, I'll show you. Here, I'll just use a little board. There, I got a little board here. And what I can do is put a small jumper like this, so it just fits like 5 wires right in a row. And then if you want this one, you could just jump it over to the rail, or you could jump it over to, you know, whatever you want. So that would be good. That might be what we do. You know what? Let's do that. Let me see if I got any pieces of a... Don't look like I have any pieces here. Let me check my other ones. There's a piece. That's a good idea. And here is a piece. Actually, here's even a smaller piece.
What, no crimp ends?
No crimp ends. I ain't got none. I have no crimp ends. And I don't have any plugs either. I don't have any JST plugs. I need to order some. I sure don't. Alright, so let me bring that little board back. And let's do that. Okay, so we have 5 wires. So we'll need 5 of these. I'll just go ahead and use all of them, I guess. Well, unless, yeah, that'll be fine. We'll use all of those. And we need a board with 5 on this side. So we'll have these going into a board. There'll be a 5 board bus in here. You get back down in there. One of the pins, I don't know if you can see that or not, one of the pins came out a little bit, so I had to push them back in. Maybe we won't. Wow, you don't want to go in at all. Oh, now one of the other ones came out. Okay. Let's see how it's gonna be. There we go. Alright. 5 in. And we could do 5 in there. We don't want it to cover up the outside, so... And then we'll put the 5 wires on this side. So... No, we don't even need that. Because they could just plug straight into the breadboard. Right? So all they need is the 5 pins. That right, or am I thinking wrong? All they need is the 5 pins into the breadboard, because once it's into the breadboard, if I need anything after the breadboard, all I have to do is plug into the breadboard and pull off of it.
Wire to copper board and then pins to copper board.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Sounds good to me. I don't need that female header. Yep. Back to my wires. Whoa, it got a little bit warm there. Didn't realize I had it turned on. Them wires got a little bit warm. Well, we definitely got electricity running through them, that's for sure. Definitely got good connections.
Yikes. To steal a phrase, angry pixies.
Exactly, angry pixies, alright. I was like, boy, it's getting kind of warm. Boy, it's getting a little bit warm here. And I looked and I was like, oh no, it's on. No wonder it's getting warm. Well, I know my solder joints are good. I'm expecting a call back, so if I get a phone call, flip it back over to mute. I have to take a phone call, so I don't know if they'll get back to me today or not, but I go quiet, you'll know what happened. Alright, let's pull this back. Let's get our little extra hand out here and see if we can tin some wires.
I think we're getting close, racing through the waves. I want to be where nobody knows. Take me, baby, take me to a state of mind that's made up, baby, that's made of all that we find.
Kick the soldering iron on. Didn't need but one drop of solder on that run. Okay, so how do I want this to connect? Do I want it to connect from the top? Do we stick with the pattern and have it connect from the bottom? Like that? The same way the other one is? Oops, got a lot of glare on it. Really can't get rid of that glare. Kind of think that looks all right.
Seems like that should work on the bottom.
I think so too. Alright, let's see if I can get this little guy to 660. Oops, earthquake. Not quite. Okay, I need to do this up. Up a little bit more. Alright, that's it. Now let's make sure all these little wires are pulled up. All right, let's get this solder patch done. There we are. One's a tad bit short, but it's still usable. There we go. Not worth worrying about. Nothing melted. All the wires are tight. Let's clean it up a little bit. No bridges?
Nothing melted.
Nope, nothing
Yet,
melted.
If you keep leaving things on.
Yeah, it is left on too. Let me turn that off. Good catch. No bridges. Everything looks good there. Now, how am I going to put some strain reliefs on this? Let me think. I like it being flat on the bottom, so I have to put the strain release here. I can put 2 holes. I definitely put 2 holes, so I can put 2 holes. Come out. Let's see, if I come out this way, put 2 holes. And then just cut it off and bring that up, just like I did the other one. I think that's what we'll do. We'll put 2 holes, 1 on each side, and then just cut this out like that. I think that's gonna be a nice deal. And then later on I can print a little plug for it. I like your idea of printing up a deal for it. I completely forgot about that. I hadn't thought that this, honestly, I didn't think this was going to work out. I thought those was going to be for something totally different, so I didn't even think that this was going to work. I was like, well, I'm going to try to see if that's what they're more for, but I bet that's not what they're for. This time I'll try putting the napkin down first, and maybe that'll catch it ahead of time. Okay, there's that one. I don't know, can you hear the Dremel at all? I don't know how much of the Dremel's getting caught in the mic. I don't know how loud it is or anything, so let me know if I need to mute it. Mute the microphone while I'm using the Dremel.
Yes, can hear it.
Do I need to mute it while I'm using it, or?
Not bad.
Okay. Because it's not bad to me, but I'm used to hearing a Dremel, so I mean the Dremel noise itself doesn't bother me, but might be nails on a chalkboard to you guys, so I don't know. Now let's put a little dip in right here. And a dip in right here. And we'll put another zip tie on there. Now I guess it's what you could call rapid prototyping. We're prototyping so rapidly that we're going faster than what I had even planned on us being able to do. Oh, screen's out of whack again. There we go. All right, let's put that there, there. All right. So now we have our pinout board. I'll sit that napkin over here in case we got some more Dremel work coming on. And our Dremel's clogged up, so I need to clean that up real quick. It's getting there. Alright, so let's get that Dremel sitting there, and his battery is kind of low. I better put him on the charger while I'm at it. That's a flip out charger.
Time to move. Catch you later.
You headed out, Katori? What you gonna go off and do?
Thank you for the stream.
Absolutely. I meant to mention, by the way, thank you for the emotes. I really appreciate them. I guess you could tell I use them all the time. Are you gonna go get ready for your stream?
Stop my sinuses from acting up.
Oh. Well, you'd
Glad
love
you
it
like
over
them.
here. All these chemicals and stuff I got going around, it'd make your sinuses kick off in a hurry. Have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping by and enjoying the stream for sure. Let me see here. Dashboard commands. Nope, it didn't save. Oh, songs went down. There we go. There we go. All right, so we got this set up. See what time we got here. How long we've been streaming for? We got a little bit more time left. All right, so bring this up. And all right. So if I got this right, we should have ground on the brown wire, which would be this one. I'm just going to touch this circuit here. Then we should have nothing. There we go. There's 11 volts. Did we lose our voltages? I may have burned something out. Let me check them over here. $11. 23. $23. How'd that come up? Okay, let's hit it with a scope. Okay, so we got something going on here. Not sure what. Okay, that's only showing as 16. I mean 12. Oh. That's what's wrong. My ground isn't ground. Got to find a new ground. Okay. So my ground's messed up.
Here we go.
Okay. So temporarily that won't work because I got a negative 11 here. Okay. I'm got to relocate that brown wire. Alright, so that's overall a success. I got my jumper set up. Turn that off. And let's see. Anybody else still out there watching, or did everybody take off already? That your fan, it's showing that you're out there.
Invincible.
What are you up to, fan? Are you sandbagging? Just trying to see who all out there's watching or not. Roll call. I have several projects I can bring out. But if it doesn't look like we got many viewers, then I'll go ahead and save them for another stream. And I'll go ahead and cancel this stream up early. So that's why I was checking on you guys. So it just depends on how many of you is watching. Put some of this stuff away. Well, this don't want to come out, does it?
Hey Dashi.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing, Tech Man? How are you?
I am good, my friend. You?
Doing swell. Doing very swell. You was just catching me putting stuff away. I was considering shutting the stream down a little bit early today because it didn't seem like we had much activity in the chat, so
I am thinking about getting a wireless camera for my stream.
that's good. There's several to choose from. You have wireless IP cameras, and you have like wireless I guess it would be like just a regular wireless cam. The IP camera is what I would recommend because it doesn't put extra strain on your computer. So if you can, get a wireless IP camera. It puts extra strain on your internet, but it really doesn't put extra strain on your internet access. It puts extra strain on your internet local area network. And usually your local area network, you're not using much of it. You're using most of your internet throughput. So I recommend doing the IP camera. If you're going to do that. And then what you use is you take OBS and you grab it like it's a almost like it's a website. You type in like you're logging into a website, but instead of a website, you type in the internet address. So it'd be like 192.168. whatever the IP address is, and it'll show up like a little web page, and then you just grab it. Right, exactly. That's what I do. And so that way, if you use a wireless webcam and use your computer to grab it, then you're using more processor power and all that. If you use the local area network to bandwidth it, then you have a lot of bandwidth left on your network that you're not using. Most people do. Very rarely are they using more than what they are. Hello, Lost Kitten. How are you? And thank you for the follow. I hadn't seen you in the chat. Are you not in the chat? Let's see. Thor's Lost Kitten. No, I don't see you there. But thank you anyway for the follow. But yeah, that's what I recommend. That's what I'm doing with this Raspberry Pi. Well, let me see, where is he? He ran away again. Here we go. I got this Raspberry Pi Zero. And I have... Let me find him.
My plan is to mount it on the roof.
Okay, I have a Raspberry Pi Zero. And if I find it in this drawer... I have so much stuff in this drawer, it's getting lost. Well, I just don't see it right now. There he is. I have the little camera. I have the little camera for this Raspberry Pi Zero. And it actually works. I have this set up and it works perfect. I have the Raspberry Pi Zero and his little camera, right? And the only thing I have to do to this Raspberry Pi Zero with his little built-in camera, so this is just a regular camera that just ties in the Raspberry Pi Zero right there. It's not using any of the ports. All I have to do to this is plug in a power unit. So the only wire that runs to this is a power, USB power to this port right here. That's the only thing that I plug into it. Make sure I'm in the camera frame. There we go.
Can you do a demo?
I can't, and I'll tell you why. The only thing that plugs into this is the USB power and the camera. And the camera streams. Hey Cole, how's it going? The camera streams and everything works at it at 1080p at 30 frames per second. And everything works fine for it. The only problem I have, and this is the only problem, is where my lab is right now, where I'm sitting at right now presently, is too far away from my wireless network. So my modem is too far away from my wireless, from my lab, for his little antenna. If you look right here, this little triangle is his wireless antenna. And because he doesn't have an external antenna, right, because he ain't got an external antenna, then he won't reach. Exactly. I got to get one, and I just haven't done it yet. But when I get an extender, this guy will put out 30 frames per second, 1080p, and he's his own website. He makes his own website. So, I mean, he's self-contained. I could put him, in the room where the modem is. He streams perfect 1080p, 30 frames per second. And the only other problem that I actually have with him is I wish that I could lock down like the white balance, because he has automatic white balance and everything, and sometimes that gets a little bit wonky. It's just like with any camera, sometimes it gets a little bit wonky. But I mean, other than that, I mean, that's with any camera. But I mean, he has his little camera right there, and it works perfect. I mean, this is what my whole plan was to put one of these on the stand that's being used right now, and it would be 10 times lighter and it'd be wireless. So I'd have a completely mobile unit. But anyway, that's the future plan for them. But yeah, all I need is an extender to get the signal over here in the room that I'm at. And
do you have any female computers? I've noticed that you refer to your toys as he. Do you have any she's loc?
I refer to everything as a he, I guess. So I guess that's the way it is.
Good. Was finally able to check out notes and votes earlier today. He sends his gratitude for recommending him to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's awesome, dude. He does a lot of music and stuff like that.
AMWGWEWGWIA Kalmua.
Well, that was a mouthful. But anyway, that's what, and people say that they can't get 1080p, 30 frames per second out of these, but you can. It takes a little bit of practice and programming, but you can get 1080p, 30 frames per second, live streaming on its own web server. And it's live streamed to its own web server.
I refer to everything as she.
I understand. And so, but anyway, it can be done on a Raspberry Pi Zero. Yes. Go ahead. I'll see if I can answer it. I will try my best. Hey, thank you for the follow. Capsule Labs.
Getting an arcade machine. What is the best possible angle to put the camera so I can get it in my stream? Gotta love the delay with chat, lol.
Oh yeah, always. What's the best possible angle? Okay, now what are you talking about for an arcade machine? Thank you for the follow, Capsule Labs. Arcade machine. Are you talking about like the old style, like a Pac-Man machine? Is that what? That's what I have in mind when I think of arcade machine. Okay. It would be a top right corner down.
Welcome, Labs.
It would be a top right corner down. That way you could catch, hopefully, your hand controls also. Oh yeah, you're right. No caps here. You're right.
Okay, thanks.
And you'll need an overlay. You'll need a really good overlay. I can make you an overlay if you need me to. I'll be happy to make you an overlay. When you get a couple of screenshots for me, then I'll do my best to make you a decent overlay for your stream. But I'll need stream shots of your actual, you know, where you want your camera, and once you get it set up just the way you want it, because once you make an overlay, you won't be able to move the camera. So once you got it just the way you want it, get me some screenshots with the camera, and then I'll try my best to make you a decent overlay. It'll be simple, but it'll be a nice overlay anyway. But yes, that'd be happy to. I try to help you out any way I can, Tech Man. But yeah, looks like we got a little bit of activity, so I guess I'll move on to the next project. Try to clear some stuff out here. And to make some room for this next one. We probably won't get very far into it. I'm already at 3 hours for the stream, but we'll get a little ways into it. You guys that just joined the stream, I'll show you what I made and get you caught up on the stream. Before I bring the next project out. Okay, so
show the camera first.
This is a digital, and I know the camera's fuzzy, so just give me a second here. There we go. This is a digital training lab kit. And
Oh wow.
it has all kinds of functionality in it.
That's cool.
You have a breadboard, which is used for if you have small components like a capacitor or resistor or something like that, but you're just testing stuff out. You don't know exactly how you want the circuit or exactly if this is the capacitor you want or a larger one or a smaller one. You can test stuff out in it. You could try that capacitor, no, that ain't the one I want, or I don't want it on that pin, I want it on a different pin. You can just swap things out. So that's the purpose of the breadboard. But when you're using this, you also need electricity to run to it. So to build all that into one unit, they made this, which provides electricity through the power circuits here. And it gives you other things too, like switches and lights, LEDs, and it even gets more sophisticated. It gives you like, for instance, you can make frequencies. Here, you can't see it yet. Let me move this over. Here we go. That's my oscilloscope. Try to get all this kind of into one shot. There we go. Okay. So an oscilloscope, in case you don't know, is a way of seeing electricity. So it'll see the electricity changing over time. So you have voltage this way and then time this way. So if you have electricity changing in voltage over time, it'll create a waveform. So we are changing electricity voltage.
Doesn't the FCC use that?
No, I mean they technically do, but you have electricity changing voltage over time, and there's a waveform. And you can adjust that waveform through this knobs here on the unit, and what we're looking at is a sinusoidal waveform, or a sine wave as they call it. And this is a sine waveform because it's oscillating in a smooth wave pattern.
Zoom in a bit.
I can, if you want to zoom in onto the oscilloscope.
Smiling face with heart eyes.
There. So this is a sinusoidal waveform, and you can adjust the actual waveform itself. You can also change the waveform pattern. On this one, it provides 3 different patterns. That's a sinusoidal. That's a sawtooth waveform. And then you have a square waveform. Each waveform has its own purpose and is used indifferently, but this one unit, the one lab, makes all of these different waveforms, and you can customize them however you need them through the different experiments that you're making. So what I wanted to do, what today's stream was about, was I wanted to be able to use all of these functionalities without having to bring the entire lab onto the stream every single time. So let's say, for instance, all I needed was 5 volts. And
where's that roulette wheel?
I didn't need everything else. A roulette wheel? Oh, yeah, he's over there in the corner. Let's say I needed 5 volts off of this, but I didn't want to bring the lab out every time. What I did is I tapped into, or hacked into, this little plug that they have here. This little plug, and I found out which pin was each one of these different functionalities on this board, and I made an adapter. So now I have a little bitty circuit board that I can plug into this plug, and on the other end, after a long cord, I can just plug it into a circuit that I want, and I can have 12 volts.
Do a giveaway of one of those kits.
I need to. I could do 5 volts, I could do 12 volts, I could do a sinusoidal wave, I could do all different kinds of different things off of this, and I don't have to bring the entire kit out just to run, you know, one of the wires. So that was today's project, and it actually worked. I messed up on one thing. I thought one of the pins was ground, and I actually soldered it the wrong pin, so I got to redo one of the pins. I soldered it the wrong one, so I'll have to fix that on another stream. I'll have to figure out which pin I actually needed to solder to and fix that. But that's what we worked on today, and so that was a accomplished project. So this is actually what we made today, and it don't look like much, but there was a lot of hacking and tracking done with that. A lot of scribbling on paper to figure out what pin was what, and almost burnt the wires up because I didn't realize I left the unit on, and I was messing with this end of the wire and stuck them all together. Ooh, yeah, it is time to hydrate.
You should make a version of the Mr. Microphone.
The Mr. Microphone? What Mr. Microphone? Ah, there, I did hydrate. But if you'd like to see what's going to be happening on the next stream, and you can get a taste of what we're going to be tearing apart, for this stream, we could get it started. We have this guy to work on.
Link for you, sir.
Okay.
It looks like a FM transmitter.
This is a 900 series M900A. I believe it's an amplifier / mixer. Yeah, amplifier. Let me see here. Ah, how can you send me a link like
for
this?
Your streams.
Oh no! It's a virus! Ah, it's infected! That's funny. I could probably make one of them. Mr. Microphone. That's too funny. Let me flip it back over to OBS. So, what's wrong with this? Well, we know
It's
for
YouTube.
one thing. I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm just teasing. One thing is these plugs are really antique. They all need to be changed out. And 2, it doesn't work. Don't know why it don't work. Just got a note says don't work. So it don't work. That's that's as much as I know about it. You guys now know everything that I know about this. It don't work. So yeah, that's the malfunction,
Brings
I
back
guess.
memories, EY.
That's the malfunction with this. So I guess we could start taking it apart. I don't know how far we'll get on it. It has a bunch of screws. It's very, very heavy. I'm going to say it probably weighs about 25 pounds. I mean, for such a little box. I guess the very first thing we could do is just check a fuse. Has an external fuse, so that'd be the very first thing we could check. Alright, let's bring the camera down. It appears to be good. It's good. I'm not looking at the meter, I just hear it beeping. So it beat good. It's a good fuse. So it's definitely not the fuse, guys.
I saw someone use a dental drill to repair a PC.
A dental drill. I guess it'd work in the right area. Whoop, 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 whoop. No, 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 no. Boy, he don't want to go back in.
Dental drills are loud.
Yes, they are. And I don't like them because every time I get one used on me, I end up hurting for a few days. Every time I get around one.
I get Novocaine and topical.
But it's afterwards is the problem. Alright. So it's not a fuse.
Well shoot, would have been an easy fix LOL.
Yeah, but it made for a short stream. I figure I gotta clean it up. That's for a sure thing. Over here a little bit. I know the bottom plate comes off.
A scary situation. He started to DR4 ill when the stuff wore off.
Oh. Alright, so now I need... Let me see if I can find one here. Just a second.
He didn't at MPIG OMO was, ol he, s. Did it again.
That guy's always coughing in the middle of this song. He needs the Kretz or Halls or something.
Some of your messages worry me, Techman LOL.
I think they worry everybody.
I'm sorry, did the viewer count drop?
Well, the viewer count dropped actually just before you got here. I was thinking about shutting the stream down because I'd hate to take this all apart and have no viewers, you know, especially if there was something really interesting going on inside. Excuse me. But you know, if I could just save it for the next stream if there was, you know, more viewers. And so I was putting stuff away. Here we go. I got a box to put all the parts in. I got so many projects started, I don't want to mix all the pieces up because
we can go if you want.
Oh, no. You guys just go ahead and stay. I didn't have anybody, so that's all that I was talking about. And so then TechMan came in, and I said, well, you know what? Let's just keep this ball rolling. I'm just going to be going for probably another 30 minutes or so. Then it'll probably be dinner time, so can't let anything hold you back from dinner time, guys. Dinner time's a must. Can't ever be late for dinner. Move my camera back over.
You're an adult, you can stream as much as you want.
Oh, absolutely. But dinner's dinner. I mean, come on now. We're talking dinner here. I mean, food. Food's food. Can't pass up food. I know, right? Exactly.
Showers continuous face with tears of joy, thumbs up.
Exactly. You can't pass up food. I mean, come on, guys. I'm never late for dinner.
Pizza and beer.
There you go. All right, so let's take a look inside here now. Let's see what we got. First key to troubleshooting is always a visual inspection. Looks very empty inside. Off the top of my eye, I don't see anything that looks burnt or blowed up, so that's a good sign. Move you over here this way. And adjust the focus. Now, if you guys got better glasses, I wouldn't have to adjust the focus as much. Just saying. Isn't that how that works? Do you guys have better glasses? Well, I'm just teasing, of course, but
face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy. Literally. Was born without an eye.
Oh, I hate to hear that.
Have you noticed I twitch a lot? In stream, Jay.
That's have.
Why.
Well, I don't smell anything burnt either. And I know you guys can't have smell-o-vision, but...
Not laughing at that Techman, it was Mater Dash's joke about wearing glasses, thumbs up.
Aha! I think I see something, boys. I think I see something. Let me move this back this way. You guys tell me if you think you see something. Do you guys think you see something?
Thanks for the SCR14 reader, that helps a lot.
Oh, no problem. I leave it on. Most of the time I don't have anybody that abuses it, but if they do, I ask them try not to, and if they keep abusing it, I guess I just have to get them out of the chat. But do you see anything that looks a foot, guys? May have to get extra light out on there. Kind of hard to see.
Oh wow. Yike backslash.
I think we have our culprit, boys.
Is there a broken wire on the left?
I don't think this is broken. I think that plug is just loose. That JST connection doesn't look like it's hardly plugged in.
Oh, wait,
I'm
face
looking
with
at
tears
it.
of joy.
I'm looking at it and it looks like it's just barely in there. Whoop, now it's completely off the screen. There it is. Let me zoom in, get a little bit better focus on there. There we go.
Yep, def loose. How do you do the screen reader for the chat?
There it is. See, look at that. That don't look like it's in there hardly at all. Now, let's see what that goes to. On the back side, let me zoom this out so we can actually aim the camera. This goes to... Ooh, that's weird. It goes to hot and common.
What type of camera is that dash?
It is a C920, just a standard C920, nothing added to it or nothing, just a standard C920 webcam. You know, I don't know what this does. I don't know what this JST plug goes to. It looks like it should be speaker out, but let me see here. I'm going to see if I can wiggle that plug, if it comes out or what it does here. Yeah, look at that. It's all, yeah, it just fell right out. I think that's it right there. I don't know what it does, but I bet you that's it. Yeah, it's in there now.
Time to shave. Still here though.
Oh, okay. So it says on the back, it says hot and common. And 600 ohms. This goes to the transformer here. That's got to be an output because it's running right here to the board. I know you can't hardly see it, but it's running right here to the board, and on this JST connector it says output. So that has to be dealing with the output of the circuitry. Got to. Okay.
It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through?
Nothing's touching it. Now, first, before we check anything else out, let's see if we have any shorts between it and our oscilloscope. Nothing. Still nothing. So our oscilloscope should be good to plug it into it. Okay, so as of now, we're dealing with live electricity. We have 120 going. Do not try this at home. Even though technically I'm at home and I'm trying it.
LOL.
What a shock. Oh, so TechMan, you can enable it through your Windows settings. You can enable text-to-speech through Windows settings. Okay, so we have a light bulb that's definitely out.
Oh, okay.
But when I power it up, the needle jumps just a little bit. I'm turning the output off, and the needle does jump when I power it on. We're turning the scope over.
Is there any way I can stream a Chrome vid?
Any way you can stream Chromebit? What? I'm not sure what Chromebit is.
A Chromebit is a USB-style Chromebook.
Okay, I don't know if you can or can't. Can you guys see that needle moving? If I put my hand in the way, it reflects off of it. There, watch.
Oh, wow.
There, you see that needle jump? Watch. There, you see it jump when I punch it in? Just barely. So we do have some sort of power going on. Let's take a look at the outputs and see if we have any signal coming out back here. We got something. Not sure what though. All right, let's do that. And we'll do this. All right, so let me zoom this in. Now I'm gonna touch it now. You see that hum? So it's putting some kind of noise out. Let me activate the speakers. Bass, treble, master. See what happens if we turn the master up. Oop, saw something wiggle. Okay, we still have another problem somewhere.
There's a fault.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm gonna check some of the other channels. They're all reading pretty much the same. Okay. So let's switch over to the voltmeter. Back this one up. Go back here. And we need AC voltage. Hold on a second. Now that was a dinner call, so it's pretty much dinner time, but I did want to check something out, so let's do 1 or 2 quick checks just to make sure we're getting electricity, and then we'll wrap the stream up. Uh-huh. All right, are you back?
Yes.
Okay. I'm fixing to wrap the stream up because I just got the dinner call, so I'm fixing to go eat, but I'm just doing a few checks to see if we got power coming in or not. We got power here, so we got power to our transformer. Let's see if we got power coming out of our transformer. That's 18 volts. 36. Looks like 6 volts. And 30 volts. Okay, so we definitely have a good transformer. Let me turn the power off, by the way, so we ain't burning nothing up. We definitely have a good transformer. We have a good switch. So we can work with that. If the transformer's good and the switch is good, everything else can be replaced. So we know that that's working. We know the fuse is working. So the rest of this we'll have to pick up on a later stream. So that's excellent. We got started on our project. We know that we have a good power transformer. We know that we have a good switch and we're getting electricity into the circuit. Now we get to troubleshoot it through the rest of the circuit. So we'll have to end it there. But that's a good start to a stream. Let me unplug this so if there's something wrong with it, we won't have any electrical fires while I'm out of the lab. So that's unplugged, the voltmeter's off. my soldering iron's off. So everything that should be able to catch on fire can't catch on fire as of now. But for all of you out there that are still watching, thanks for watching the stream, and I appreciate you. The stream will continue on. I'll probably play games on Friday, so I'll probably have a gaming stream Friday. So this project will probably be on hold
Happy
until
Thanksgiving.
Monday. Yes, and you have a fine weekend also. But this stream will probably continue on Monday, so this will be paused right here where it's at. I won't mess with it until Monday. We'll pick up right where we left off, and we'll keep chasing the electrical problems from here on throughout the circuit and find out where we're going. Meanwhile, I may try to pull up the schematics for it and see if I can figure out...
Well, I missed most of ya today, but I'm glad I could catch ya for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll try to find some schematics for this, and so we'll be able to chase the electrical problem throughout the rest of the stream for next Monday. This Friday, I'll probably be streaming some gaming. Don't know which game. Maybe some Factorial, maybe some League of Legends. I don't know. But we'll continue this on Monday if everything goes as planned. And if not, then it'll continue on the next stream. But thank you all for joining me on the stream. Let me see if there's anybody. The other Lone Star. Hey, you guys want to continue on a stream with another electrical streamer? No,
Hydrate and have a fantastic Thanksgiving.
he's hosting
Enjoy all
somebody
the
else,
food.
so
Smiling face with hard eyes.
definitely will. Definitely will. Thank you guys for joining me on this stream, and it's been a real doozy, so we'll continue to chase this electrical problem down next time. Y'all have a good one. Have a great weekend.
On Meta-TV.
You got that right.
Take it easy, man. See ya.